and it's my pleasure to introduce the Terran player. In the bottom left hand corner of the map in the red, from Cascade. Ladies, gentlemen, it's Cass. And his opponent in the upper right hand corner is going to be the blue Zerg player from mYinsanity. It's Serral. So this should be a pretty good TVZ. These guys have always had some really fun TVZs. Cass goes for a pause right at the start of the game. So just wait for him to sort out whatever the issue may be. Okay. Okay. Cass just having some lags. But hopefully we'll fix in a moment or two. Wardy looking good today. No music though. That's probably because we've already had the music, Jade, and you're just showing up late. Tut tut tut. Tut tut tut. Okay, so we're back in game. Guys, let's we've introduced our player. Should we just introduce him again very quickly because we had a little bit of a pause? Let's go. So in the upper right hand corner in the blue from mYinsanity, hoping to even up this series for his team, it's Serral. And his opponent down in the lower left hand side of the map from Cascade. It's the red Terran player, it is Cass. Hey, happy star. Okay guys, so we're here on Expedition Lost, one of the new maps in the map pool for this season. And it's going to be some ZVT. I kind of like this map. I mean, the backdoor rocks are creating some interesting dynamics. But in general, I think this is one of the better maps out of the newer ones. I mean, Inferno Pools and Secret Spring, I think, are both very questionable. As Cass is going to go for CC first again here. Serral opens with a 13 pool though, and that's a pretty, or 14 pool, and that's a pretty aggressive pool timing out of our Zerg player. So it could be, you know, seen defensively, but as he moves across the map and sees Command Center first, I would not be surprised at all if he popped out a few lings early and tried to delay this a little bit, try and be a little bit annoying. So, this Command Center on the whale down here on the low ground, as we have some SCVs being made from this command center here in the main base. Of course, is going to get his barracks down, and I would expect him to just go into a gas or two here as well, and kind of play the game out from this point as well, try and see where he's going to go from there. You know, probably go for some Hellions if he takes two gases. Hellion Banshee. Overlord coming across the map. We actually see 4 lings being made already, so Serral actually maybe just picking up on the fact that Cass is playing so greedily today, and it's so true, he really is. He's gone command center first 3 out of 3 games, even in a TVT. Even in the Terran versus Terran, where he played against Chachi, of all people, he went command center first, and in the end it paid off for him. He was ahead, and he definitely didn't take all the damage initially to get behind, because he went CC first. He was just a little bit out of position when that Doom drop originally came in. Barrack's about to finish up here, so again it's going to be a little while before this first Marine is up, and he's probably not going to be able to do anything. Well, you know, if only one Marine's going to be on the way, these 4 lings are going to have a field day, man. They're going to come in here straight away, start picking off at that first SCV. And I mean, only 1 Marine, them lings going to be able to chase down 1 Marine, so Cass is already going to be set back a little bit from his original plan of going really greedy CC first. He loses 1 SCV, he loses a second SCV. Serral's doing some good damage here to begin with. There's that Marine, and ooh, he's going to start taking some shots on it. He does micro it very well, and again, he needs the SCVs to block. 1 Marine on its own will get out microed by the lings. Well, you know, he can sort of step away all he likes, but eventually the lings will just kill you. You just can't micro that well. So as the factory comes down here for Cass, he's he's just going to add on his reactor as well, and he's going to stabilize a little bit. 2 workers killed though, pretty nice for 4 Zerglings at the start of the game. Overall though, it's not going to change the overall outcome of the game, I don't think. I think it was nice by Serral that punishes the command center first a little bit. And yeah, so Bunker on the way at the front here for Cass, going to look to get this up, be nice and defensive at the start, and I mean, again, probably kind of necessary, I guess. He saw, well, he knows to pull first, so just being safe, I suppose, more than anything. As again, I guess it is a very early bunker, so being really, really safe here. He's going to move this factory over this barracks. He'll be able to drop that down. He'll be able to reactor out some Hellions here.
Game paused.
Cass pauses again. Looks as though we will have a quick pause, as we do have some lag potentially coming in. Oh, nope, it's actually his mouse being buggy, so just another moment or two. Man, my back really hurts today. Guys, why does my back hurt? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I can't get comfy today at all. Which isn't good, is it? You can't cast if you're uncomfortable. God. Right, let's move my pillow up. Let's try that. Ooh, that feels good. Why don't I do this more often? Oh, that feels really good. Alright. We are just waiting for Cass to sort out his mouse then, and just going to be a few more moments before we go on into that. If you guys are enjoying the show or have anything to say, you know, please do share your opinions, or you can get in touch with us on Twitter at SE2_improve, hashtag SE2ITL as well. Let us know what you think, and as we actually see a Rotoran coming down here at the front of the natural for Serral.
Game paused.
Nope, we're not back. Let's go back into this. So, sorry for the bit of a delay here and a bit of a odd scenario, as Cass is going to get his factory into position here, start his third command center. Now, what we were talking about just before all of the mishap happened was this Rotoran coming down at the front of the base here for Serral. So he's going to be going into a very, very interesting position where he could make a bunch of roaches and try and all in. He's continuing to make drones though, and he's only just got one overload popping now, so it doesn't look as though he really has supply to make a bunch of roaches. So I feel more than anything, it's just going to be a defensive Rotoran, you know, 3, 4 roaches, maybe 5, to kind of sit defensively and just kind of deflect Hellions, etc. here early on. Third hatchery will come down here as well. There's 5 roaches, and link speed just starting now as well. So again, these roaches probably not going to be used aggressively, just probably going to be used to deny the Hellions early on, try and keep the creep spread nice and active on the map, you know, stop the Hellions from delaying that at all. And the first 4 Hellions, speaking of those, are on the way across the map right now. So 5 roaches popping out, they'll be here in plenty of time to deal with the Hellions. And might force a bit of an overreaction from Cass as well. He was just going 3 command centers, he's starting up his double engineering bay also right now. And he's going to be able to start his upgrades. So pretty much the greediest build Cass could do. Triple CC, double engineering bay. And now he sees some roaches beginning to cross the map. So he's already overreacting. He's starting up 2 bunkers. And this is already working out really well for Serral. So I said he's not going to be aggressive with this at all. Sorry, I put the score on. I said he's not going to be aggressive with this at all. And I mean, really, he can't be. He is just kind of capitalizing on making Cass scared. And, you know, he runs up the ramp for about half a second before backing off. And again, he just can't really move up here safely, and his Hellions will move down. They're going to see these roaches actually backing off, so Cass will probably cancel these bunkers, and we'll just salvage these bunkers in a moment or two. And again, I mean, yeah, there's not that much aggression actually coming his way, so Cass is going to be safe here. Doesn't cancel the bunkers just yet. These Hellions are going to loop around these roaches actually, and they may try and go for a little bit of a run by. Now, Zergling speed on the way, but we don't have any other units on the map, but Cass stops a little bit short of the mark. Roaches are on the creep now, and these queens as well. These Hellions are going to try and get by, but not in time. And yeah, these Hellions just going to back off. So Hellions backing off. Creep continuing to be spread really, really rapidly here, really. And again, these initial 5 roaches did so much. You know, they denied Cass map control a little while. They made him a little bit scared. They forced bunkers. You know, it's great. It's allowed him to get a lot of creep spread out on the map as well. It's been a really smart way to utilize just 5 simple roaches early in the game. Spire and a Bane Nest are now both on the way. I mean, Serral started up his lair behind all of this, and that of course completed. So Spire coming up, his upgrades on the way as well. Pretty much in tandem. In tandem, is that way? Can you say that? Pretty much in the same time as those of Cass, just a little bit behind. So I mean, Serral up to 70 drones pretty much already here at the 10-minute mark, and Cass isn't going to be able to do anything about that. As bloody hell, is that Overlord on speed or something? Overseer on speed? Look how fast that's flying. I think I'm just a little bit surprised to see the Overseer flying around so quickly at this stage of the game. Man, Pneumatized Carapace, pretty OP. Look at that. Do Overseers really always fly that quickly? That's insane. I sound like I never play this game, or never watched this game. For some reason, it's just caught me off guard when I saw it flying through the base there. Again, I just don't think it was quite ready for it to have pneumatized carapace fish. So this ice is actually called ice. Wow, I didn't actually know that. Ice has actually been taken down from both players now. Immediately a 4th base on the way for Serral. This Overlord poop and creep in both of these potential 3rd bases, and that will be pushed away here. But this is really nice. I mean, Serral's actually going to have a 4th base finished before Cass lands his 3rd. So he is really already starting to run away with this game in terms of the kind of just the economy. A couple of Overseers with these Mutalisks now, and you know, when the Overseers are paired with the Mutalisks, they don't look quite as ridiculous. And yeah, these Mutalisks just going to keep flying around, see what they can do. There's not going to be much they can do at this third base for now. I mean, these units are well positioned. They might grab a couple of SCVs, but you can see, I mean, just a stim from Cass. And maybe a bit of an overstim though, really. That's a lot of Marine System just to turn the Mutalisks around. So Serral, even though he's not directly doing any damage, he's indirectly draining those medevacs of energy. But, whoa, that's a little bit of a mistake. Flying straight over here. Wait a minute, another one's going to get a shot too. Ooh, the Overseer's tanked the second one. So he takes the brunt of the damage, which means that no extra Mutalisks died there. So just one Mutalisk dying off. But a bit of a mistake considering he has this early pneumatized Carapace, and you would expect him to just be killing off the mines in that sort of scenario, not running straight into them. A few units here are looking to try and clear up some creep. Serral's actually eager to engage this. Cass, good control so far. Not sure if I think actually an Overseer just died, so that's pretty nice pick off. And the Overseer, which remains, is the one on low hit points. Cass really needs to kind of focus on clearing up this creep, though. I mean, it's just out of control. Look at this. This is the 13-minute mark, guys, and this creep is almost at Cass's third base. In fact, this creep is pretty much at Cass's third base. And it's coming in from multiple directions as well. That's what's just so insane about it. What on earth? Is this Scarlet playing or something? Like, this creep is actually insane. And, you know, I'm not one to usually talk about creep being really good and stuff like that, but this is actually really impressive right now as he busts through the natural expansion and, well, the natural wall. And he gets a little bit of damage done. Nothing too major, though. Just a couple of workers killed off there. And the army pulls back to clean it up. But again, I mean, if you can move across here and... you know, force this army back. That's army which isn't out on the map cleaning up creep. And look at this. All of a sudden, Serral's just going to stay outside of this base and wait for Cass to move down. He's off of creep, and his creep just being re-expanded behind this. This queen putting down a new creep tumor. Here we go. Cass needs to start splitting it. Oh no, the splits! The mines! None of it's going right for Cass. The mines weren't burrowed. The splits weren't really there. And Cass is going to... well, he's going to be able to push this away, but that was not a good trade for him at all. That is not the kind of trade we're expecting to see from him. 2-2 about to finish up for Cass, so he's going to have a slight moment or two where he will be ahead on upgrades, but that 2-2 is not far behind at all for our Zerg players. So Serral's going to be able to be right, you know, he's going to catch right on up with those, and we're not going to really see upgrades to be a big part of this game for now. Of course, Cass could start his 3-3, and if he survives long enough, which right now I'm a little bit doubtful about, because Serral just seems to be all over him. If he does survive long enough to get 3-3, then of course we will have that kind of stage of the game where Terran is just going to be so efficient. But of course Serral won't be too bothered by that because he's on 86 drones, he's on a lot of bases, so he will be able to trade a little bit less efficiently and just kind of take every fight 2 fights at a time, basically. So, you know, you engage, you trade off, and then you remax and you trade again quite soon after, because your reproduction is just, you know, that's how TVZ works basically at a very high level. You know, you have a great amount of drones, a much greater amount of SCVs than the Terran. You trade a little bit less efficiently, but you can trade more frequently because, again, your production is just so great, and again, you're mining more. And you can see he's just continuing to expand. The creep is still pushing forwards here. As Serral's going to crash in towards this third base. I think Cass is doing a pretty good job against this though, but he's going to lose a lot of SCVs. But no, he splits away. And Serral's going to retreat. Not a single SCV lost there in the end. And this army is stimming forwards. And that was a bit of a bad fight for Cass. He dealt with that very well. He split pretty quickly, lost the bunker, but not too much else. But a run by into the natural again. The depots are down. And Cass isn't responding. He's losing a lot of SCVs here. We don't have the game halt mod on there, so you can't see how many exactly. But Serral's picked off 30 in this game. Cass has lost 15 just in the last few moments, although a little bit of army in the middle of the map doing a pretty good job here. Army supplies are fairly even as Serral's going to come in. He lifts, Cass lifts up in the medevacs. He will escape down to the southeast and will unload here. Leaves the Marauders behind, which is actually doing a good job tanking some of these melee shots. Cass is just going to GG well played though, because he took a lot more damage, I think, over towards his natural and just taps out there. Thinks he doesn't have enough to continue. GG. Score all tied up. 2 games apiece in this best of 7 all-kill series as part of the SC2 Improve